Welcome everyone to your weekly Power Ranking Show, Week 12, brought to you by me, Feo, aka The Chise, aka The Salt Master, aka your Power Rankings Guru. First of all, gotta start off, thank you so much. Thank you so much for allowing me into your homes and your restrooms, because I know that every time my show plays and I see views, I know 90% of them, somebody's taking a shit. And I have you old man to thank for probably 80% of that. That being said, thank you so much for the likes, the subscriptions. I really appreciate it. I really love doing this show. It was something that I was just able to gravitate to, and I know that I'm not easy to look at sometimes, but I'm giving you knowledge. I'm giving you the best knowledge that I can, and I have fun with it. It's something to make the league great. Something to make it's something to look forward to every week. And to tell you the truth, I'm going to be sad that it's gone. This is the last week of the Power Rankings, because next week, we'll be heading into the playoffs, and regular Power Rankings just kind of won't make any sense. I mean, because most of you will not matter at that point. It'll be the last time that I could rank all of you and give all of you a little final shout out. Speaking of shout outs to those of you who are watching who are not in the league, and I know there are a couple of you out there. There are some people that have seen it, or there are some unmentionables that have watched. There's been a couple questions, and it's popped my way. Number one is, what's that? This is a cooler. You can't have Studio B without a cooler. How else do you expect to have your Michi Ultras nice and cold constantly? So that's what that is. That's why it's there. Second reason why it's there is there's kind of a little hole over there that it's covering, and it's my house, so that's kind of what happens. Actually, I burned it, but that's a tale for another day. Cheers to all of you for like I said, for watching and for allowing me to entertain you for 12 weeks straight. I really appreciate it. That being said, let's get right down to it. Hold on. Actually, first of all, newly implemented in the league this year, has been the vids list, and I know I can't tell you how exactly accurate it is, but it's pretty accurate, because I haven't exactly scrolled through certain 1,000 sections of messages. So if you do have a video that you've made and it's been 2 minutes, please air it within the next week, because if it doesn't air by Monday, before the Monday Night Football game, it does not count, and you fall victim to being at penalty. And there's only a few members that I can't cross off the board. Member number one would be Baby Gap. Baby Gap, I still need another 2-minute vid from you. If you've made one or have one, please post it again, just so we're reminded of your glory. It has to be at least 2 minutes, and I'll take you off the list. Hands, at this point right now, I'm going to have to take it to the league office as far as your rant's concerned. But as far as being in front of the camera, I will definitely give you credit for more than 3 videos in more than 5 minutes. So you're not officially on, but, I just have a question mark next to your rant because of your... Anyways, next, Jafar. Jafar, unfortunately, Valas Vega number one, you missed your rant. I apologize for not being a good compa and telling you. I actually forgot. I was wrapped up in the first couple of weeks of the season, and put that on me, brother. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to leave you out there. That's not how a compa drinks a compa, and all I could say is I'm sorry, man. I really am. But you missed your vid, so that's going to cost $100 to you. Rata, you're on the list. I don't have another 2-minute vid from you. Maybe there's one out there. I gave you credit for one because, Valas Vega number 3, a.k.a. the Humble Champ, said that you did. He hit me up on the side, and he vouched for you. So I just have one missing from you. Fat Parrot, I'm missing your 5-minute rant, but that will be next week. By the way, there's one more show, just one more. It will be a playoff power ranking show, and it will be brought to you by Man Cave Studios in association with Silverfoot Productions, an Ugly production, a Jew production. It will be the power ranking show for 2018. So look forward to that next week. That's the only, but it's like I don't have the whole, me thing. So, again, thank you for watching all season. 12 shows is awesome. Getting back to it, Fat Parrot, you have your show, which will be next week, and I guarantee it's going to be more than 5 minutes, so you're going to be okay. Kiko, you got a blank across the board, brother. Other than a couple of gifts, I think I got no 2-minute videos and I got no rant. Now I know that yours is coming up, so gear it up, brother, because I know there's got to be at least 5 minutes of fame out of you. But you got to give me 2 more videos, and it's got to be before the Monday Night Football game. Jasmine, you're another one, dude. I need to see your ugly face at least twice this week for at least 2 minutes, because you're neglecting on the 2-minute thing. And by the way, by the time this releases, you probably only have a couple days. So let's get on this, guys. Jasmine, you owe us 2. La Bamba, I'm just shout out. Thank you so much. I watched the show before I came on. It was just the fuel I needed, brother. Hit me up on the side so I can tell you about that useless motherfucker. But La Bamba, you're good. You've got everything checked off the board. 100%. Thank you so much for participating. Limo Tint, I need one more 2-minute video from you. I got to see or not see. You could just, do it in the dark. And I want to see your teeth, and make sure you keep your eyes open. That's all I want to see. 2 minutes of that. You don't even have to say anything. You can just say, ah! The whole time. I will fucking laugh. If you do 2 minutes of that, that will be fucking hilarious. Skids, bottom of the list, just throwing a shout out to you because you, like La Bamba, like the old man. And sorry, shout out to the old man. You checked it across the board a long time ago too. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for being mass participants. This league is great. Cheers to you guys, brothers. I know we don't all have a studio. I know we don't all go out, al grandiosa. Some of it's just recorded in our cars, and some of us while driving. La Bamba, I still, you don't need to do that anymore. I need you to be back next year. Don't give me this if I'm allowed back bullshit. You better come back. There's only one guy that doesn't need to come back. If he didn't come back, I wouldn't, it wouldn't matter. But you need to come back. A mini skirt, yes. I think that's you doomed yourself, because I don't think there was that was decided what you got to wear, but I like it. So that's that one, and then handlebars. Handlebars, you got probably by the time you're hearing my voice, if you decide to watch at all, and if you don't, that's great, because you're gonna fall victim to the penalty. But if you do, I need 2 more 2-minute videos, so unfortunately, I need to see your placa a couple more times. That being said, let's get right into our weekly power ranking show. At number 14, his compa, not my compa, this guy, Kiko. Kiko, I'm going to tell you why you're at number 14. Listen, you've got a 5-7 record. You've totally scored 1,035 points. Last week, you were number 13. You're dominating last place at this point right now in the power rankings. Not in the standings, but the fact that you're in the bottom 3 in the standings doesn't bode well for you at all. I mean, you were in the top in the beginning, and I believed in your team. And, I can't tell you what it was, but I can tell you that it was a steady decline. You, my friend, had a downward spiral that nobody talked about. And you kind of, again, you owe a couple of vids, so you kind of went in the dark a little bit on us. I mean, you only responded a couple of times, when you were winning the last couple of weeks. I mean, I'm glad you're back, but you land at number 14 for all the baddest verga that you've been guilty of. 5-7, 1035. Yeah, I'm done. At number 13, that's going to be the champ, Fat Parrot. I'm going to put the ring on that bit of salt right there, and I'm going to tell you why. Fat Parrot, this is, you're coming down on the last couple of weeks that you can call yourself a champ. A champ in the current year. I mean, you can always call yourself a champ, but I mean, next year it's going to be obnoxious. I mean, I won one, great. I mean, like Hans can say that. I mean, you at that point, you're not really giving us any new information. From now on, the battle for the new champ, the new humble champ, has begun. And so, my friend, you are the salted one. Luckily, you're not at the bottom of the power rankings, but you have an ability right now to be the best and the worst. And I think that has to be like keyed into that tattoo if you do have to get one, because it should say best and worst, NSF, last place. And I know that's a lot for a quarter size. Maybe you're willing, because your body is not a temple. You're willing to go a little bit bigger. I think that should happen. By the way, official vote. I think that Valis Verga number 3 needs to change his name to AKA Gollum, because he has been all about his precious all season long. Like, dude, I mean, like, listen, you're like a scary character out of a freaking novel. I mean, like the times that you've gone to that whole ring thing, and it's the reason why, even with your points, that you're landing at number 13. I mean, I can't with you now. I can't. At number 12. La Bamba, I'm sorry, brother. I wanted to get you out of the bottom 3. I really did. 10:45. Last week you were 11. You had to drop a notch because, you lost. And I'm sorry, 4 and 8. I mean, thank you for your vids. Thank you for your participation. You were somebody that locked it in way early as far as being a participant of this league. Once again, don't even think about not showing up next year. I mean, like, I needed to see you at the cave, at draft day this year. Maybe the fact that you weren't here has given a lot of the guys that are winning this year more of hope. Because if Fat Parrot would have got a chance to dip again, Lord help us all if Fat Parrot ever wins another one. And next year it's going to be pretty bad, because if he locks it in, he's going to have the number 1 pick. And I know he's not picking Le'Veon Bell. So, I mean, like, he's going to be a juggernaut next year coming out the gate, and he's, that's when he's going to start talking shit, maybe. I don't know. But right now, this guy's sitting on the salt, and La Bamba, you're sitting at number 12. For all intents and purposes, 11 through 6, you guys are really like, should I really go through it? I mean, like, do I really need to? I guess I can, because it's the last episode, last time I'll get to mention you. So at number 11, I put Baby Gap, 5 and 7. Bro, you only scored 996 points up until this point so far. Shame on you. Whose dark horse are you? I mean, like, I have a feeling that your collapse started when you promised a vid. We were all playing poker, and you're like, maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe it's already in the works, Chise. You don't know. Like, you gave me that little inkling. You put it out there, and you said it in the cave. That's some real, like Zoo Animal, I don't have any concrete evidence, but he knows. He can't look me in the eye and tell me that he didn't say that. He knows that he said that. And I'm telling you right now, the fantasy football gods and the freaking just like the soullessness of the cave just heard your response to my question, and they held you to it. And the fact that you didn't come up with it, and you didn't come up with a great reason why you didn't do one, and the fact that you haven't done one since then, brother, that's the reason why you land at number 11. I'm sorry for going off on a tangent. At number 10, also at 5 and 7 with 1,242 points, a very respectable, Splinter. I respect you, Rata. You're a couple games away, bro. You're a couple games away. I know you really wanted to win against me, and I think if you were like looking at it back in the day, Rata, I think against me you were counting on it. You were counting on the victory. I mean, it's tough when that kind of stuff happens. Like, you know what I mean? You're looking at those W's. You look at your schedule early in the season, and you're like, okay, maybe I can beat him, and 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 I can beat him. And I know we're all delirious because we're all saying that we can win. But there's a couple of them that when you say I can beat him, you just like, it's the Chise. I can beat the Chais. You know, at the beginning of the season, you think that. You know what I mean? Yeah, Skids, I can beat Skids. You know, or La Bamba, I got that. You know what I mean? It's, you know, it's inherent. You're giving yourself 3 wins right off the bat. You know what I mean? You're already halfway to the motherland. But, you know, when that doesn't happen, when that turns on you, I know it can hurt. I know it can hurt bad. Rata, you're going to finish the season in the power rankings at number 10. Again, a respectable 1,242 points. At number 9, bro, you are Mr. Snide. I mean, like, Skid Row, 6-6, bro. I mean, that's from the mountaintop to the valley, like, real quick. 5-game losing streak. I had to look twice. I had to make sure. Yeah, it still says 5-game losing streak, bro. You're 500. You know, I mean, you know, for somebody that, again, you put the salt on yourself. You guys got to understand that if you're boisterous and you're not humble, you're not going to win in this league. I mean, that doesn't mean that you can't talk shit. And that doesn't mean that you can't try to dominate your opponent that week. But you can't think you're so great that you're already planning weeks ahead and like, I got victories here and there. That's what fucks you up. That's what kills you. That's what takes it, you know, out of your grasp. And that was your fault. And right now, Skids, you sit in a point right now where, you know, you don't even really control your own fate. You need something to happen and to win. I mean, like that, being outside on the bubble like that's painful. And right now, I got to put you at number 9 for that. At number 8, I put, at number 8, I put Limo Tint. 5-6-1, a 3-game winning streak. A case of too little, too late. My African friend. Again, some life choices, some life decisions coming up because I know you want to draft for yourself. If you only have to drink for one night, take your vacation that week and then just like detox the shit out of yourself. I guarantee you that you'll do any challenge to not drink. And that'll persuade us to make some really good spinning decisions that you'll have to make. But I mean, other than that, you didn't have to take any boots. You don't have to take any baby up shots. You're coming into next year clean and clear. You only have to keep up with as many people that drink. It might be your chance at redemption. And if you can hold it together, maybe you draft and maybe you're the next guy to go 2 championships. All the best for you, but at this point right now, you're going to finish at number 8. At number 7, ironically, Jasmine at 5-6-1. You tied this guy, but last week you're number 10. You lost. And, it's funny to note that you finished exactly where you started. You complained about it. You put that out there on the group me. And it didn't bode well for you. Don't upset the fantasy gods, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you gotta respect. You got to respect their power. And right now, Jasmine, that's just the way the cookie crumbled with 5-7-1. At number 6, Handlebars, 7-5, 10-29. Listen, La Bamba, you can hit me on the side if you want to, talk about that vid that you did and asking questions. I don't really know this guy. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what his name is. It doesn't matter who he is. He's in my league. I have respected him as an OG in the past. He's done nothing but dig at me, and he doesn't even know me. Never got a moment to, reach out and talk to me. Never been out with me. So when somebody like that says they're going to kick my ass just because I'm talking about their removal, and I get it, that's a big thing. But if you're not relevant, if you're okay with being a useless motherfucker and being called that and not trying to change your name by doing something and being useful to the league, a case can be made. And for that reason, it's like, I got pretty heated in my head. And, personally, I talked to Fat Parrot about it, and, I understand that he moved further away, and he's got a bunch of excuses as to why he, can't participate. I'll give you that. I'll give you the fact that you can't be there on Sunday. I'll give you the fact that you don't have any visits to the man cave, but you show up on draft day. I'm not gonna discount you from that. But there's a lot you can do from home. You know what I mean? You could put a vid out. You're sans your vids, and you're waiting until the end of the year to make this happen. I mean, that's why, the case can be made. But, digress from that little rant. Before I get to the top five, after on that note, before I get to the top five, I just wanna start, a new yearly, hopefully, well, maybe maybe it can be yearly segment called "Thanks for Your Donation." And this is a tiny shout out to all those guys that after this week, unfortunately, you will be irrelevant. And that's not me being non-humble and boasting or anything like that. But I mean, you guys are pretty much mathematically done. And thank you for your donation, Rata. Thank you, brother. Thank you for your donation. You're pretty much done. I mean, you're kind of like on the bubble of being done because you gotta I think you gotta hope for hope that 6 and 7 is good enough. But everybody's got to lose and people got to tie and it's got to be a whirlwind of shit to happen for you to get in. But you're the last one on the list as far as being the thank you for your donation. Midnight, thanks for your donation, brother. I mean, at this point it was a case of too little, too late. You're on fire right now, and I think you had like a 5-game winning streak or something like that, or a 3-game winning streak. But you've won, I think, 5 out of your last 6 games or something like that. I mean, you only lost that one game. It's again, in the case of too little, too late. Jasmine, thanks for your donation, brother. Really appreciate you allowing me to pop that pussy. I know that there's at least 6 other people that are grateful as well, or 5 other people that are grateful as well. Again, at this point right now, you need like 2 ties and win and a loss. I mean, like you're so far out the bubble, but whatever. Thanks for your donation. Thanks for your donation, Baby Gap. Baby Swine, Baby Gap, the fantasy football gods have reaped their revenge. And this all comes down to don't promise a vid, don't do a vid. If you guys don't come out with your vids, I have a feeling that the fantasy football gods would not look kindly on that action. So you better put this out. But Baby Gap, the show was great. I wanted so much more. I mean, I wanted you to cook like 3 or 4 more things. Like I was ready to like start writing down your Top Chef freaking notes. But at this point, c'est la vie. Baby Gap, thanks for your donation. Thanks for your donation, Kiko. Kiko, thank you so much. Finishing at the bottom. I know you're looking forward to a top 3, top 4 pick next year. I hope you do something with it, brother. Thank you for your donation, La Bamba. La Bamba, as my number 1 fan, I don't wish any ill will on you, but at this point, matate. Bro, you're gonna probably get the number 2 pick. Please don't pick Le'Veon Bell, and no, I will not trade him from you again. I don't care how good he is. And last but not least, thank you for your donation, Fat Parrot. Fat Parrot, thank you for putting $200 of last year's money right back in the pot. I know that's happened several times, actually most times, in this league. And, your humbleness, sit on your throne and be observed. Let's get back to it. Power rankings at number 5. I'm going to put Jafar, 7-5. This guy's actually on a bubble moment. Because he needs a win. He needs a win to just solidify himself in there. I mean, a loss will definitely bring some question marks as to where he ends up. But right now, he should be in the playoffs. Handlebars I think has an edge on him, so that I'm not sure. I haven't delved all the way into it, but I know Jafar is very concerned about his matchup this week. And at this point right now, I'm going to put you at number 5 in the power rankings. That doesn't matter as much, when it comes to if you're going to make the playoffs or not, compa. But, you're number 5, and you finish at number 5, and that's respectable. Top 5, buddy. At number 4, I put myself. Number 4, I dropped from number 1. Listen, I've scored 13 849 points. I am 8-4. I know that if I win this week against the Bamba, I could lock that number 1 seed in the bye. And I know a lot of people are hating on this. And all I can say is, brother, I appreciate it. Keep doing it. Please. Just keep hating on it, because the more you guys hate, the more I feed off it. I've been drawing off it all year, and can't stop now. Can't stop now. Rata, it was funny that this morning in the group me, you were like, damn, everybody raped the freaking waiver wire. I was aware that this was probably the last moment that certain people were going to be out there. Yeah, I didn't get everybody that I was looking for. I had a lot of open spots to fill. But, I think I did all right. I mean, at this point right now, I'm hoping that my squad comes back and shows what they can do. And, maybe I'm not built for the playoffs. Maybe I'm not. But you know what? I may be built for the guy that I'm supposed to face next. And if I can get a win, the guy I'm supposed to face next is nobody. And that's kind of cool. At number 3, I put the old man. Old man, you telling me that you've made the playoffs that many times. I haven't really archived it, but I believe you. I'm not going to doubt you. 7-4-1 this year. You cracked 1,000. 1,000, my brother. 1,000. Show the picture of him with the lasers coming out of his eyes. Because, bro, last week you were number 6. I think I had you as high at 4. I got to put you at number 3 right now. You're not number 1 material, and you know that. You know it. You know you're not number 1 material. But I believe that you believe that I believe that you truly believe that you believe that you've got a shot. And that's a lot of belief and kind of a lot of baloney. And I hope that you die, but not before you get a chance to see your team get crushed and then have a heart attack. I mean, but old man, very good showing. I know we kid, but we love you. You are the senior member. Can't wait to look. I'm looking so forward to you joining Gen Pop next year. It's gonna be this next draft is gonna be a riot. I think we have to ban. One of the things that I'm gonna talk about in the summer meeting is banning video, because I think we need to have a camera set up to catch the entire thing, because surveillance is pretty much the only way that we can keep people honest. If everybody knows that they're being recorded, and not like something that like my GoPro that can be snatched away, but it's a proposal. It's a potential proposal. I've got like at least 7 written down in the book. The book, by the way, if you want to purchase this year's Power Rankings book, the last year's sold for 85 cents. It's no longer in my possession. Somebody outbid somebody else. They outbid me because I kind of needed the money for a stamp. So, this year's, I'm not going to let go, without a fight. So if you want to see, all the notes, all the mamadas, all the rankings, and all that cool, kooky stuff that makes this show great. I mean, it's a piece of memorabilia. It will be on eBay. So look for it. That being said, at number 2, my Le'Veon Bell, 7-4-1. That tie, bro. I mean, if that was a win, you'd be 8-4. How that would have changed a whole lot of shit going forward, and how it would change things now. Currently in the playoff situation, you've got a lot going on. But let's dig right into your final number 2 spot. And I know you weren't gonna watch it if you were number 1, and I kind of listened to that, but you landed at number 2, 1,237 total points. Last week you were number 3. You're a half game back. 2-game win streak. I know this is a lot of salt. I know it's a hard thing to listen to, but maybe I don't know. Don't let anybody down. Don't stop fighting. Go out swinging. I think you're in my bracket. I don't know if you're going to be in my bracket at this point right now. A whole lot of stuff can happen, so I'm going to save all that speculation for the Power Rankings playoff edition show. But right now, Tunko, you're more in control of your own fate than most people. So, I'm going to land you at number 2. You finish at number 2. You were my number 1 at the beginning of the season, so that's not a big drop-off, brother. I mean, like, if you think about how your season went and how you thought you were going to go, this is where you are. And congratulations at finishing at number 2. And at number 1, I put Hands. My brother, 8-4, matching records with me. You're just a couple points under me. I know I won hate week, and I had that, I had that factored in. But you're on a 2-game winning streak right now. Your ability to hit the hundy is unprecedented. I want to make sure, hit me up on the side if you're going to come, because I really want to bring that bottle to you. And, the temptation of opening it. I mean, it's so cool. It's such a cool bottle. But, I bought it for you, and I want to give you your birthday present. But, it's like the best thing that I can do, and the other birthday present I want to give you is all this, all of it. All of it. Take it, brother. Just, you know what I mean? As much as you can. You're number one in the power rankings. I know you didn't plan on being there. I know you think you're making big dada moves. I hope that your buy affects you the way it has in the past. I don't. You're my brother, but it's like at this point right now, you're my enemy. Everybody's my enemy. We're about to get into playoff mode, and that's all I have to say about that. The power rankings are done. I'm so glad once again that everybody gave me an opportunity to like every week, and that you watched, you liked, you subscribed again. I hope that I can keep this going off season. I was talking about it with Fat Parrot about doing something. I got a couple ideas, in another book, and I'm excited at the possibilities. It's like I really like doing this kind of thing, and I really appreciate this league for what it is. It's been a great season. I can't do it without most of you. It's like the league doesn't exist. It's an organic thing, and week to week, the stuff on the group me and everything. It's like for me, it dies down after this. I hope to keep in touch with you guys. Through the off season. I want to stay in touch so that I make sure what happens, and I can't wait till the summer meeting too. But I hope we can have a championship showing, even if I'm not in it. I mean, I'd love for whoever's in it, in that last, to record it and to document it, because it's going to be, it's going to be epic. I just know it. I just know it this year. It's going to be epic. It's kind of a longer show this week, but thank you so much. Oh, wait. Silver linings. I guess the silver linings is for the entire league this week. All of you guys. The montage of every single one of you, and I'll take a second to make sure everybody gets a moment. Thank you so much again for everybody that's a part of this league. The silver lining is that for most of you, it's almost over. You can delete the app as soon as you see fit. If you want to watch what goes on afterwards, some of you are dedicated. Fat Parrot, I know you're dedicated, but there's some guys that don't give a shit once they've lost, or if they've lost big. So I can understand when people delete the app. I totally get it. It's not unreasonable, but I watch, but I can turn my computer on if I really, really care. That being said, silver linings for the entire league. This has been your season finale, your final episode of Power Rankings. I know it's tough, and it's like I felt kind of depressed halfway through it. Don't think that my energy was down, but just realized that it was ending, and I could feel it ending. And so thank you so much again one more time to all of you that watch, like, and subscribe. Please keep doing it, because I can see it on my YouTube, and I really appreciate it. This has been your weekly Power Ranking Show, final 2018. Can't wait for the playoff edition. Brought to you by me, Feo, a.k.a. The Chives, a.k.a. The Salt Master. See you, at least next week for that show.
Like, how is that really your compa, So, I mean, I'll pour, you can pour some water on me,